By from Nuage. It is a stretch puffer coat, which if you've never heard of that, it's because you probably never ordered a Nuage before, because Nuage has this incredible stretch technology, not just in the outside of the fabric, and of course the lining stretches, but the fill in here is also stretch. So why does that matter? If you've ever gotten into a car and you feel like your coat, like you're too bundled up, or you just feel like you can't move in your coat, I could do yoga in this coat. Like there's nothing you can't do in it because it has incredible, or even like picking up groceries, like incredible stretch. And Nuage, of course, comes to us from a company that is based out of Montreal. They know cold, they understand cold. I have two Nuage coats. I might be getting this one just because I really want this color.
Well, because of the color and
so
because
pretty, right? And
the
price
price is so
details,
good.
right? But just know that, don't you think they're so warm?
So warm. This, of all the coats we've had in the show, and honestly, this is the most technical gear, even right down to the storm cuffs that you have down here at the bottom. You can really, really feel the warmth in this. And something that you said is so true, and I talk about it all the time. During these cold months, most people only see you in your outerwear. It's okay to have 6 coats.
That's a pretty
because what you're
color
wearing the most
on you.
of. Which is the one you want?
Really
what color
pretty.
do you want?
Well, you know, I kind of want this driftwood, but
like
now
driftwood.
I'm looking at you in that biking
Because
red.
I don't have a red coat, and I think a red coat is, it kind of might be essential.
Makes you stand out, right? So, okay, let's go through the colors. So here's the driftwood, and it's like a gray beige. Like, so it is that perfect neutral. Then we have it available in black, but look, it's not your typical black ubiquitous puffer coat that everyone has. The quilting is so figure flattering and so pretty. Only 700 left. Then we have it available in our dark blue, which is the navy. 800 left, that's it. We have it in purple, which, where are you going to get that eggplant purple?
On. That is 750. That's a great giftable too.
And then Kirsten's wearing it in biking red, which is almost like a little bit of a red with a brick undertone. Do you know why they call it biking red?
I was going to say, biking or Viking?
It's biking,
okay.
And it's because, do you know where this brand's really popular? In like Denmark and some of the Scandinavian countries, where they ride a lot of bikes even when they even when it's very cold.
It's so healthy for
So yeah, so actually, now not this coat, but some of the Nuage coats actually have a zipper right here, and I once asked why, and they said it's because when you ride your bike, you can unzip.
So you can sit better.
Yeah,
That's
so this
great.
doesn't have that, but I'm
and
guessing
most
of us.
Don't need it
yeah,
because,
actually,
like,
I kind of like just for streamlined not having the zipper there, but I'm just saying that's why it's called biking red, because these are really popular coats in Scandinavian countries.
I love it.
So, you know, I was saying this earlier, I don't know if you know this or not, the story behind Nuage is that this is a brand based in Montreal. You cannot find them at your regular department stores. You can find them in outerwear stores like boutiques and like small fashion boutiques. And the reason is the guy who came up with this said if you go to a department store, you see racks and racks and racks of coats, and there's no one there to tell you the story and explain what makes the coat so great. So he only wanted them in places where a salesperson could explain the technical details. They came to QVC because they said, oh, those hosts will explain it the way it needs to be explained.
I think better than anybody, if I do say so myself.
I'm just saying.
It's so true.
So anyway, so the reason that they're so different is this stretch. And don't you feel it like in the coats that you have from them?
Yep, absolutely. So you're not like feeling like you're like this and you can't move. You can really stretch and move in this. You can get down and play with the kids, which I'm always doing.
Cute with that hood.
I love the hood. I love this.
I'm gonna zip it off
I'm
and show you.
always cold in the winter, but you can remove it.
Here, I'm removing mine because I think it gives it, there, we'll have 2 different looks. I think without the hood, then it's a completely different look. It's almost like a little, that looks really cute though with that hood. I'm sorry, I took mine off. It almost is like a little, it's streamlined. And then here's what's cool. It's machine washable, but if you're gonna wash it, take this
the
fur off.
Yeah.
But here's what's cool. You might just want to have a hood sometime without the fur.
Yeah,
and that's fine too.
That's so true. And the details, the technical details that make this high end. Look at the inside. I mean, you've got pockets on the inside. You've got that 2-way stretch that we're talking about. You've got pockets that are, by the way, like a fleece lined on the inside of the pockets. And then you have this little hidden zipper pocket right here, also fleece lined. It's all finished on the inside as opposed to raw edges, which you might find in other coats. Even the finishing in the zipper Like just that you have like almost like a
Or how
storm
about
door
this?
here on the zipper.
And I think this is cool. Look at how when it's open and she's getting ready to zip it, if it's open, there's a really pretty like triple
Stitching,
grow
right.
grain right here that looks really nice.
And again, I always go to the cuffs. You know it's a high-end technical coat if you have the storm cuffs on. So this is great so the snow doesn't get in, the air doesn't get in. Where were you before here? Before you moved to Pennsylvania?
Actually, well, I was in Pennsylvania
Oh, you were?
for
Okay.
yes, working in television news, and I was also a writer, freelance writer. So,
But you were back. You were back east. Always.
I was back east. In fact, I lived in Center City, Philadelphia, for many years, and so I walked everywhere.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have had that coat then, because back then I spent way more than $120. Like, I mean, several times more to get a coat that would keep me warm when I was walking everywhere.
Yeah.
And guess what? I still have that coat that cost a fortune. And do you know what's warmer? My Nuage. And I'm not kidding about that.
When they came to QVC, I remember after like the first like today's special value or whatever we have, which by the way, today's bonus buy is like a today's special value, which is why this price is so good. And then a couple days later, everybody, all of the merchandising, all of the hosts, like
So true.
3,000 people come in and out of the doors here at QVC, or they used to pre-COVID, and all the women had the Nuage toast.
And I was one of them. I bought it in like this like teal color.
Yeah. But where I was going with
So,
where did you
where
live?
were you? Because you
So
were.
I was California.
Yeah.
So the only way I knew about winter coats was from skiing. So I knew good like winter coats from skiing, because otherwise we didn't need them in Southern California. And that's why like this little storm cuff thing, it always reminds me of like the ski coats, because that's real good technical gear. And then I moved back here to the East Coast, and I was like, oh, I have to have coats.
Oh, you actually need technical gear
all
to
the
just,
time.
Like, go to the grocery store.
Because it's cold.
But look at this as I'm pushing on this. Like this stretch, I mean, even very expensive ski coats don't have this stretch, although they should. Can you imagine how comfortable this
So
would
much
be?
better, especially when you're moving.
And do we have that animation? Can we actually show it? Because I don't know if we can, but basically with this fabric, first of all, it's waterproof. So
it's so good.
Yeah.
So you can actually do the snowing and the skiing thing.
and
the
then
raining and the icing.
And what's really
everything.
cool is so they have this like waterproof, it's like a membrane, and it's wind resistant.
Oh, that's important.
Right? And it all has this stretch in it. It's breathable, so you're not going to really get overheated in this. What's really cool is that this
Arctic
Technofill that they have, this Arctic Warmth Technofill, it actually has stretch in it too, which I've never heard of the fill actually having stretch. So you're completely comfortable in this. It's called the X Stretch.
And it's interesting because you almost feel like the warmth of it and the way, I love that it's waterproof, that's so
isn't
important.
That key?
The warmth of it and the feel of it, you almost think you're getting like a down coat, because that's how it feels.
It's almost more flattering,
It
though,
is
right?
more flattering. The seaming on it and the princess seams and all of that, I mean, usually puffer coats aren't that attractive on your body.
Yeah,
but
look
they're
at the
meant for
seaming on the
warmth.
back, how pretty
Right,
that
look at
is.
how pretty that
Like
is.
right
Isn't it
here,
great?
it really like just gives you a shape in a puffer jacket.
Yeah, right.
So cool.
May not take it off because it is Arctic in this room. So.
It's really cold in here. You've probably heard us say that if you watch the show so many times. Okay, this is the driftwood. Then we have it in black. Black, we have fewer than 650 left. Here's your dark blue, so that's your navy. 800, we have it in purple, which is an eggplant. 750, and Kirsten's wearing it in a color called biking red. 150, that's so cute. In my driftwood, that's the most popular right now. We have 850 left. So give us a call at 1-800-500-7590. Best way to order. You can also order on QVC.com. But I really, I feel like we could talk about it for an hour, which makes me understand why the owner of the company was like, don't put it in department stores. No one will understand it.
And you need to. You need to be able to see the differentiators in it.
Yeah.
And I know we've had a great fashion show for the last 4 hours. It went by so fast, by the way, with all these great values and clearance prices and limited amounts of things. But most of that's for you. And I think that many of you are probably picking this up for you as well because you need a great new coat and the price is right. But I also think a coat is something that's very giftable, especially when you get a fun color that she might not buy for herself.
Totally. And I also think that this is totally ageless. So my daughter was just complaining, she's off to her first year of college, and she was saying to me that she's actually getting really cold walking to classes. And I was like, I think you just need a better winter coat.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, at this price.
Totally. Do it.
Like, why would you go to the mall and spend, triple, 4 times this on some name when really Nuage is the name in cold weather. They're based in Montreal.
It always seems you can't find a good winter coat when you need one.
Oh, totally.
That's why just get this now. The last Nuage coat that I bought was on some kind of special, and I bought it for my babysitter because she needed a new coat. And
oh, that was nice.
I just know how good, well, a babysitter, a good
yeah,
babysitter.
you gotta keep her happy.
I had the same one for 11 years, and oh goodness, she's amazing. She actually moved here with us from California, just for like a couple of months, because that's where we came from when my kids were born 11 years ago, and she stayed. So she didn't have to live with us, but she stayed, and so I'm gonna live in Pennsylvania now too. Isn't that funny?
That's amazing.
So she still lives here for the last baby who's almost not a baby anymore.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. She's family.
She is family. Oh my goodness, when she leaves, I'm gonna just, This is a great value though. Whoever you're buying it for is going to love it.
All right, colors. Driftwood, black, dark blue, purple, biking red on Kristen. Oh, I called you. Wait, you know why I did that? Wait, do you know why I did that? Because we were talking about people call you Kristen. Call me Sandra. Quick, call me Sandra.
But Sandra is wearing the driftwood. Okay.
We were talking about Kirsten gets Kristen, and I'm Sandra and I get Sandra. Do you know, I have this thing, if I'm afraid I'm going to say the name wrong, I say it wrong. Yeah, when I first started here, called Nick Chavez Chaz Dean, and Chaz Dean Nick Chavez, only because I was afraid I would do it, and it got like
stuck in your head.
Like I couldn't get past
Well,
it.
I know Sandra wouldn't usually do that because she was my mentor 10 years ago when I started.
What the heck was that?
So she wouldn't do that. Oh, so
All
funny.
right, just call me Susan. It was a pleasure to be here with you.
It was so much fun. Thank you. Don't forget to check out if you have things in your cart. I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mike just said in our
QVC.
ear, thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Sandra. And thank you.
Nick.
Jane is up next with shoe shopping. Janet's next.